Uh, Hello students and welcome to my channel, the Math Academy. So in today's video we are going to discuss the exam strategy for CAT 2025. CAT 2024 is already uh, is already 2 weeks away. Okay, so we don't have much time to prepare for that. However, we can definitely start our preparation for CAT 2025. So every exam, whether it's CAT, whether it's NMAT, whether it's ZAT, whether it's SSC, whether it's RRB, NTPC, whatever exam it is, every exam needs to have its exam strategy. Okay, and we can frame the exam strategy only when we go through the exam pattern very thoroughly. So in today's video, we are going to discuss the exam strategy for CAT 2025. Okay, and what should be our target? Our target should be to get 99 to 100 percentile. Okay, the score and for getting 99 to 100 percentile, we must get a score of around 1998 to 100. Okay, so first of all, we will discuss that what are the three sections of CAT. So the three sections that are there for CAT is verbal ability and reading and comprehension, which is VARC. Then we have the quantitative aptitude section, and then we have this DILR. Okay, so what is DILR? DILR is data interpretation and logical reasoning. Okay, we will discuss these sections as we move ahead forward. So the total number of questions in CAT asked is 64. Okay, marks for each question is 3 marks. Okay, however, there is negative marking as well. 1/3 is negative marking only for MCQs. Okay, in quant section there are some questions in which MCQs will not be there. There will be, these are called the theta questions, also called NAT, that is numerical answer type, where options will not be given, just a dash will be given and you need to enter the answer through your online keyboard. Okay, for those questions there are no negative markings. The total score for the exam is 198, because you can understand there are 64 questions. Okay, and for each question there is 3 marks, so 64 into 3 makes it 198. The time taken for CAT is 120 minutes. Okay, the time taken for CAT is 120 minutes. Now let us come to these different sections. So the first one is VARC, that is VARC section, which is verbal ability and reading and comprehension. So here, as the name suggests, you will be given a comprehension, and based on the comprehension you will be given questions. Okay, so the best way to prepare for this VARC section is to read the word power book as much as possible. Okay, read newspapers, for example Telegraph. Okay, and of course solve past year question papers. So solving past year question papers is one of the best approach that is suggested by experts. So let us see what should be the strategy to answer this VARC section. So in VARC you get 24 questions. Okay, there are 24 questions in VARC. The total score is 72. All right, and the score needed over in this particular section is only 40. You don't need to get 72. You don't need to answer 24 out of 24 questions. Okay, you just need to score 40 questions. You just need to answer 40 questions. Okay, so number of questions needed to attempt is 14 fully correct. Okay, so you can understand that if you want to get 40 marks in this particular section, then you need to answer 14 questions correctly, because for each question there are 3 marks, so 14 into 3 is 42. Okay, that will definitely help you get 40 marks easily. Now remember, I have now, if you notice, I have written here 14 fully correct. See, in CAT, okay, either you increase your accuracy or you increase your speed. I would suggest to increase your accuracy, because if you increase your accuracy, then by answering less number of questions you can get closer to 99 to 100 percentile. Okay, but if your accuracy is less, then of course you need to increase your speed. Okay, so as to compensate for the negative markings. Okay, so I suggest to increase your accuracy. That is the reason why I have written that 14 fully correct. Okay, so this should be the strategy for VARC. And what should be the preparation strategy? So go through the book word power. Okay, then read Telegraph as much as possible. Okay, and past year question papers, that is very important. Past year question papers, past year question papers is very important. Okay, now let us move to DILR. Okay, let us move to DILR. Okay, so what is DILR? So DI stands for data interpretation. So DI stands for data interpretation and LR stands for logical reasoning. So in DI part, you will be given certain graphs. Okay, so there will be 2-3 graphs, and each graph will represent something, and based on those graphs, you have to answer 5 to 6 questions. Okay, normally it's 5. For example, say for example there are 4 companies A, B, C, D. Okay, and there are 2 graphs given. In the first graph, there is revenue versus cost. Okay, for each of these 4 companies in 4 different years from 2019 to 2022. Okay, and in another graph there is say cost, and in another graph there is for example number of existing employees to the number of people who joined the company. Okay, so combining these 2 graphs, you will be given questions. So the reason for so the purpose behind this DI section is to check that how fast a candidate can analyze a graph and answer the questions. Okay, the other part is LR, that is a logical reasoning. So in logical reasoning, normally you will not be given any graph as such, but you will be given a big paragraph which will consist of some information. Okay, so you need to analyze those information as much as possible. Okay, so the different types of question that comes in LR is from blood relations, you get from seating arrangements, you get from ranking and ordering, you get some questions from clock but not that priority. Okay, then you have questions from this team selections. Okay, and various other type of various other type of categories. However, to be honest, there is no specific strategy to answer LR questions. uh, there are some books which actually help us to strategize it. For example, you can go through Arun Sharma LR book, you can go through Nishit K Sinha LR book. Okay, however, uh, however, when you answer a cat question, you actually cannot put that particular LR question on any specific category. You have to answer it from your own logic. Okay, and what should be the preparation strategy for that? So for DI, okay, for DI and LR, okay, go through Arun Sharma DI LR book. Okay, this should be the book for preparation. Okay, you can go through Nishit K Sinha. Okay, you can use Nishit K Sinha. Okay, and of course past year questions, that is very important. Past year questions are very important. That should be the preparation. I mean, these are the material that you should use for preparing for DI LR. Now let us see the strategy. So number of questions in this section is 20. Total score available for this particular section is 60, because 20 into 3 is 60. And score needed, so what is the score that you need? You just need 28. Okay, and for that, how many questions you need to do correct? Only 10 questions. Now remember, when I say 10 questions, that means that the subparts. Okay, so for example, for one paragraph, okay, there are 5 subparts. So 5 questions from there and 5 questions from another subpart. Okay, so I mean 5 questions from another big paragraph. Okay, so if you can make 10 questions correct, you can easily get 30, and that will help you fetch 28 easily. Okay, so that should be the strategy for DILR. Now let us come to quant. So in the quant part, so quant is actually quantitative aptitude, which is purely mathematics. Okay, now the syllabus for quant is mainly class 10 maths. However, sometimes I mean in the past few years, if you see 2022 and 23 papers, you will see that some questions are coming from class 11 and 12 as well. Okay, for example, some questions are coming from maxima and minima part as well. Some questions are coming from relations and functions. Okay, like domain and range, this type of questions are coming. However, majorly the syllabus still lies in the class 10 region. Okay, now see, the strategy for preparing for quantitative part should be more on pattern recognition. Okay, like when you see a sum in CAD, you should recognize that okay, this particular sum falls in this particular pattern. For example, if you go through say profit and loss chapter, you will see there is a specific type called the dishonest shopkeeper. So dishonest shopkeeper is a particular pattern. So when you see a sum based on dishonest shopkeeper, you know how to solve that. Okay, of course the dishonest shopkeeper problem will not be solved in the same technique as an allegation mixture problem. Okay, so the pattern recognition capability you should have, and of course you should practice shortcuts of calculations, because in any sum you spend around 20% time on the shortcut part. Okay, so you need to speed up your calculation very much so as to get a very good percentile. Okay, so what should be the strategy for answering the quant section? uh, there are 22 questions in the quant section. Total score is 66, and the score needed over here to get 99 percentile to 100 percent is only 30. That is, you can understand that you just need to score less than 50. Okay, so how many questions you need to answer correctly? Only 10 questions you need to answer correctly. Okay, so 10 into 3 is 30. So if you follow this strategy now, what should be the what books should you follow for quant section? So I strongly prefer Arun Sharma's Quantitative Aptitude. Okay, that is one of the best books available, and you can go through past year question papers. Okay, so Arun Sharma, you can go through LOD 2 and LOD 3. No need to go through LOD 1. That's too easy. So you can solve as much sums as possible from LOD 2 and LOD 3, and then you can solve past year question papers. I mean PYQ, past year question papers. Okay, this is what you should follow. So if I add up all the scores, so here you have 40, and here you have 28, and here you have 30. If I add up all the scores, I am targeting a score of around 90 98 to 100, okay, out of 198, which will actually help me fetch 99 to 100 percentile very easily. Okay, so with this, I wish you good luck for CAT 2025. Okay, so start your preparation, and we will discuss some more things in our upcoming video as well. Thank you.